Back at it again. It's the guy Spencer. You know what time it is. It's time for the numbers 15 through 11. The preseason 2021 top 40 East Texas players of 2021. Of course, this is a preseason list. These guys, everything that's on this list is from what they've done on varsity the season before. So with no further ado, y'all know what time it is. Y'all know how we get into it. At number 15, a junior receiver from Jacksonville, Texas, the elusive and explosive Devin McCuin. And Devin McKenzie is a football player. He can play receiver. He can play defensive back. He can separate on offense. He can come down and smash you on defense. He is a football player. He's one of the more intriguing prospects at the receiver position. I look at him and I see Big 12. I see Baylor. I see Texas Tech. I see a guy that can play on Saturdays, and I think he's a guy that's going to get an opportunity. The more passes and the more opportunities that he gets down there at Jacksonville. Elusive. His route running wasn't as sharp, but he was a sophomore. You know what I mean? This is a guy that's learning how to play the game of football. He probably played running back as a middle schooler. That's usually what happens in middle school. Get a guy, the best guy on your team, the ball. He plays running back now. As I speak on it here at the 42nd mark, he's playing running back here on the inside zone, making hauls from miss in and out on his cuts. He's an explosive player. He's a guy, when he touches it, he can score it. Here he is on safety at defense against Texas High, rolling over the hash. Big hit on the tight end over there on the sideline. So he's a guy that loves to play football, and I think he's going to be the number one target for Jacksonville coming into 2021. And if he has a huge year, he could probably see himself inside the top 10. So at number 15 on the preseason list, the junior receiver from Jacksonville, Devin McKenzie. At number 14, an explosive running back from Tyler, Texas, from Tyler Legacy, Bryson Danelle. And Bryson Danelle is a guy. He has elite speed, and that's the first thing you're going to notice about his tape is just how fast this dude is. When he sees the open field, it's a wrap. He's been on varsity. Him and Jamarian Miller both have been on varsity since freshman. East Texas has had trouble with these two for the last 3 years, and now as a senior, these guys are getting ready to go into their senior year. So he's explosive. He can break the long run. But what's more impressive to me, as the guy that I think is a little bit lesser than Jamarian Miller, he's a guy that has to come in two back sets and block. And when he blocks, he blocks. He's physical. He is a football player. He's not one of those prima donna guys that won't block or won't do this for the team. He's a guy that's going to go out there and play his ass off, and it's one of those things that you appreciate, especially in this day and age. So he's committed to, I believe, Texas Tech, and he's a guy that can run that thing, as you see him running all over Lufkin right there from last year's game. So coming in at number 14, part of the fantastic duo at Tyler Legacy, Bryson Danelle. At number 13, staying in the city of Tyler, this time going across town to Tyler High, the junior receiver, Montrell Wade. And what Wade is just explosion. He is a run after the catch kind of guy. He can go up and catch it too, don't get me wrong. But he is best when he has that ball in his hands. He can run away from defenders. He goes and he makes outstanding catches, and he goes and finishes it. He did all this last year with subpar quarterback play. So if they improve at quarterback at Tyler High next year, his numbers should jump through the roof. Here he is taking the tunnel screen against Highland Park and gonna go that way with it. But if the quarterback play improves, his player improve, his numbers will improve. He's a borderline top 10 guy, and might be a top 10 player despite the bad quarterback play. So we'll see. We'll see what all holds in store down there for Tyler High and Rickland Holmes, a good friend of the show. And we're rooting for him, except every week except he plays Longview. But other than that, I'm hoping the best for Tyler High. The East Texas is best when Tyler High is playing their best ball. So at number 13, the junior receiver to be Montrell Wade. At number 12, one of the best defensive ends coming back into East Texas, Derrick Brown from Texas High. He's about to be a senior, and the first thing that you notice about him is athleticism, length, explosion. This guy is a long defensive end. He's about 6'3", 6'4". He's a thin guy. Looks like he's about 185 to 190 pounds as a junior. I'm sure he's going to put on a couple more pounds for his senior year. And he's just explosion, man. You got to block him. A lot of these plays, on the highlight tape usually are your best plays. He's doing unblocked on some of these. But he's a guy that you have to account for. And if you don't account for, his speed is just too much to bypass. Here he is picking off a pass, beat up the tackle, realized it was a screen, balls in his stomach, and he takes it all the way to the half-yard line. You got to score that one, DB. But no doubt, he's a guy that's committed to Oklahoma, I believe. and just a hell of a pass rusher. Of course, you know he had Clayton Smith last year, the number 1 player on our list. And D. Brown, if he has an explosive senior year like Clayton Smith, then guess what? He'll probably be in that top 5 category as well. So at number 12 on this list, but a potential top 10 guy for 2021 on the main list, Derrick Brown. At number 11, the best corner to come back in East Texas is Brandon King. And Brandon King had, I think, 9 interceptions in his junior year. A slew of them came against Brandon Tennyson and the Gilman Buckeyes. But Brandon King is a guy that can turn the football over. He's an instinctual player. He has great hands. Can and is willing to be physical at the line of scrimmage if he has to come up and make a tackle, as you're going to see on this highlight tape. But he finds the football, and when it's in the air, he goes and catches it. And that's what you want at that cornerback position. So Brandon King, turnover machine in 2020. What will he be in 2021? Will he answer the call? Will they even test him in 2021? Will they come at him and try to get revenge for what will Gilman do what will be the game plan when they see number 9 out there on the field this year? He's definitely a guy that you have to have in your plans and in your account whenever you want to throw the football. If not, he'll just pick you off like he does Pleasant Grove right here. So he's a good football player. One of the best in East Texas coming back, and I'm expecting him to have a huge senior year and just continue that winning tradition down there at Carthage. So at number 11, and the last on this list, the senior cornerback, Brandon King.